Hello, it's Soul with another video about covenants. I know I just did one earlier today, but I'm back because we have a new build, there are new revelations, there are new things to get salty about, and obviously this is a hot button topic. Covenant switching is like such a huge deal, and not conduits. I think that's a bigger deal, but covenants, it's such a huge deal. And we learned some new information with this build that just came in today, and we just had an article from Wowhead that talked about how to switch back to a covenant that you had previously left, and I kind of have it up right here on screen too. I have a quest called Prove Your Worth, and it just asks me to complete tasks in Ardenweald, and presumably once I do that, then I can simply rejoin the covenant. This is something I haven't tested yet, and according to Wowhead, not all of the tasks that you can complete really work. Like world quests don't work, rares do work to a certain extent, treasures presumably don't work either. But I'm going to at least guess, I'm gonna guess that based on how easily you can switch to a new covenant, you can do it all from this enclave room. I'm going to presume that turning in this quest would flag you to be like, yeah, go ahead and rejoin, and then boom, you're just back in. So I'm going with that assumption, and if I'm wrong, or if it turns out there are corrections, then I do apologize in advance. But I'm going with the context right now that this is all you need to do to switch back to a covenant you previously left. I'm not on a script, by the way, so bear with me. But how do I feel about this? I'm still letting this soak in because I'm a mix of emotions. This whole covenant thing has me in a mix of emotions. I'm a very different minds, as in, part of me doesn't care. I'm gonna stick with my folks no matter what, because I don't really see a lot of value in like switching anyway. I'd rather enjoy that on other characters, but you know, that's me. And that's all that matters to me. But I guess now that I have this whole context of what it takes to switch back to a previously left covenant, it feels soft. Like doing a handful of world quests and tasks in a zone for maybe like 2 days or so worth of work. And I'm not talking about 2 straight days worth of work. I'm just talking about, you know, completing whatever is on the map over like a day or so. It feels soft enough to be like, okay, cool, it's not so bad, but it's so soft that it's like, oh God, now people are going to expect me to switch on the fly, almost on the fly. I can imagine this, where World First Raiders, I imagine them planning this out right now, where they will decide, okay, cool, boss 1, this covenant and this class combination and this and this and this and this. This is ideal, okay? But on the next boss, we're gonna need to like have people switch to such and such. So, all right, guys, go ahead and farm, so they can up that bar, switch their covenant, and then they can take out bosses 2 and 3, and then go through that sort of process. Now, in the World First race, they will do anything and everything to get ahead, from blowing millions of gold to this weird covenant switching to leveling 50 characters per person. That's what they do. What I'm frightened of is the idea that, again, like the pressure from these top raiders and these big content creators and such, that they're going to push this culture of, yes, this is how you need to play the game. This is how it's supposed to happen. It's like this whole self-fulfilling prophecy, as I think I've described in that earlier video, where, you know, they keep talking up this whole idea of this is what you need to do, and of course it's going to affect all players because they're pushing it on people, and I don't know if that's okay. You know, I still want people to feel empowered to make their own decisions, to decide, you know, screw that, I'm just gonna do what I like. But if I want to, and if I want to switch, it's something that's fairly accessible to me. I'm looking at the comments here and it's like, okay, not good enough, pull the ripcord. 8 quests seems like a lot, pull the ripcord, yada yada yada. How is this supposed to be fun and engaging, and so on and so forth? What is this adding to the game? This feels like tedium for the sake of tedium, and I do kind of question that too. It's just a little bit of busy work in order to get access to all 4 of these covenants. And the idea is that, you know, the normal design is that you're not really meant to switch between covenants on a regular basis. So I feel like just a couple days worth of quests and whatnot in a zone, I don't think that works. I think that it should be I know that I'm gonna get hate for this one, but I think it should be a lot more. I think it should be a lot tougher. It should feel, it should feel meaningful, like Blizzard wants to sell this as. If they want it to be a meaningful choice to pick the Covenant that you want, it should be almost as meaningful to have to go back to one after you had left them. So I would say almost a week's worth of work would need to go into it. Now, according to the way that this works, now I'm still technically part, if I wanted to switch from one covenant to another, I'm still technically part of this covenant. So right now I'm part of the Venthyr. I don't know why I joined the Venthyr, but I joined the Venthyr, and then I'm trying to go back and get back into the Night Phase good graces. So here I am on this quest. But in the meantime, while I'm on this quest, I'm still part of the Venthyr. So it's not like there's going to be a period where you're a part of no covenant at all. You're not held in limbo. So technically, if I wanted to, I can just wrap up or get to the point where I can complete this quest, turn it in, and again, I'm making a presumption here, I can immediately rejoin the Night Fae, and then boom, there I am. So there can be like a weird strategy around that. I don't know. I just feel weird about this. Like I said, I'm still letting it soak in, and overall I feel kind of dissatisfied with how relaxed this requirement is. Again, it's relaxed enough that it runs the risk of people feeling like they have to be able to switch on a case-to-case or on a day-to-day basis almost. I guess what I'm worried about in 2020 in a video game, I guess what I'm worried about is how my choice, ultimately, again, my choice is going to be Kyrian. I'm going to join the Kyrian on my main character, and that's going to be pretty much it. And that's probably going to be the same thing for just about all of my characters. It's that at some point I'm going to be at my Covenant Sanctum, and I'm going to be seeing these dudes and dudettes coming and going. And given the realm that I'm on Bleeding Hollow, that doesn't really do a whole lot of phasing or sharding early in an expansion, I can expect to see like some familiar faces. But what I'm also going to expect now that we know what these requirements are, there's going to be people that kind of come and go, as in they're going to be a part of one covenant, and then they're going to be a part of another covenant, and they're going to, sport a different set of armor, and so on and so forth. And this is soft, this is small potatoes kinds of worries. It's not that big of a deal. But I think that with these requirements, it overall makes the meaning of covenants feel less meaningful. Almost to that point where, yeah, you might as well just lift the requirements altogether. Just lift it all, pull the ripcord, whatever, and just let people switch covenants, no cooldown, just talk to an NPC, and just go ahead and do it. We're really close to that point, and people can argue pretty hard that you might as well just go through with it all the way. But at least for now, this is what it's looking like. Complete tasks in the zone that of the covenant that you want to rejoin. It'll take a good couple of hours of work over the course of several days, perhaps, because of respawns and the way world quests refresh and whatnot. But that seems to be it. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. This is a really hot button topic, and I'm really interested to hear what people have to say in light of this new information. So again, share your thoughts in the comment below, like, subscribe, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy.